Hi, Jake Recaps here. Today, I am going to explain a movie called Cartagena. In search of work, a desperate alcoholic Leo comes at the invitation of his friend Rodrigo for an interview at the home of a paralyzed woman. At the door, man is met by Lucia, the nurse and friend of the owner of the house. Leo enters Morel's room. She says that this work is done mainly by girls who run away from her in a maximum of a week. Therefore, now she wants to hire someone more persistent, and also finds out that Leo has no useful skills for her, except for cooking, which he learned in the army. Woman says that the most difficult thing is changing diapers and caring for her body. She asks the man why she should hire him, to which Leo replies that he really needs a job. Morel persistently calls him, but Leo eagerly sucks a bottle of alcohol which he found in the kitchen, and when he nevertheless enters the room, woman asks him to put a special table with a book and insert a wand into her teeth. After that, she gives man the task of cooking dinner before 8. In the kitchen, Lucy admits that about 40 girls have already run away from Morel before him, after which she tells that at 3 o'clock at the night there will be percussion, and she will wake him up. At night, Lucy shows to Leo how to put a pot under Morel and percussion to induce urination, and next time he will do it himself. In the morning, Leo brings breakfast to his mistress and goes allegedly for sugar. In fact, Leo runs into the bathroom to take a sip of alcohol intended for disinfection. Morel asks him to open the window and clean up, reminding him that the next percussion will be at 10 sharp. At 10, Leo enters the bedroom and completes the procedure. Leo meets Lucia and asks what would happen if he ran away. She calmly replies that in this case, Morel would not have eaten and soiled the bed. She says this has happened before. Lucy offers him a drink, but he refuses and tries to leave, and woman asks to help her hang out the laundry. Lucia tells that 3 years ago, Morel had an accident with her fiancé and his driver. The driver died on the spot, and the groom was a French consul, and after a while he simply left the country. Morel was left almost alone. She has only one father, who sometimes visits her. Leo leaves and gets drunk, and in the morning when he returns to work, he finds out that Lucy won the argument with Morel, since she bet on the fact that man will return today. Leo goes to the market for groceries, and there he is almost robbed by a local dark-skinned girl whom the man instantly grabs by the throat, but feeling the knife presented to his cabbage soup, he lets the lady go. At home, Leo notices a master of whom Morel sings French songs together. Leo sees his ward in a good mood for the first time. Passing by the bath, she notices Lucia injecting something into her vein. For dinner, Leo serves the fish she cooked, but Morel starts screaming, saying that she does not eat fish because of the danger of dying from a small bone. The man explains that he took out all the bones and all other food. Still no. However, the woman remains adamant. Then Leo just sadly says that in vain she behaves like this, and she needs to learn from someone trust. After that, Muriel carefully takes the first spoonful and eventually eats all the food with gusto. Lucia later tells the man that Morel, she never leaves the house because firstly, no one should put her in a stroller, and secondly, she's afraid of steps and the sun. In the evening, Leo drinks alcohol again and late for work the next day. Morel warns him that this should be the first and last time, and Lucia gives the man an envelope with a salary, saying that he will receive it weekly, after which he says that now they will work in shifts, and he goes out tonight. Leo buys himself new sneakers and goes to the gym with his old friend Rodrigo. He introduces Leo to his pupils, saying that he's a European boxing champion who has earned the nickname Untouchable due to his speed. Leo tries to work out after a long break. At work, Lucia coquettishly invites him to paint his portrait, and Morel asks him to take any book and read aloud to it, after which she says that she does not mind if it becomes part of his work. Leo stares at a boxing match, but Morel also speaks sharply about this sport and sends a man for tea, who later drinks with pleasure while watching Leo's smiling face. In his spare time, Leo comes to gym. Rodrigo invites him to try to become trainer. He calls 2 girls, Miranda and Lena, and asks Leo to prepare them for the fight in Cartagena. The man recognizes Lena. She is the same thief from the market. Leo offers her a sparring session, hinting at not being finished on the market parsing. Lena reluctantly agrees, and in the very first second, she receives a strong blow to the face from her partner, after which the man says that they are even. The next day, Leo invites Morel to take her out from home, to which she hardly agrees. On the street, a man invites Morel to play a game and blindly guess the aromas of essential oils. The next day, Leo tells Rodrigo that he agrees to his proposal, on the condition that he will train Lena and Rodrigo Miranda. They will bet $5,000 on their girls, and if Leo wins, he will leave him $2,500 that he owes him for a long time. Morning after reading books, Muriel asks Leo to take her for a walk, and when she reaches a bookseller she knows, she lets the man go for a walk for half an hour. On the way back, Muriel says that he loves the sea and dreams someday to swim in it. The man admits that he only likes to look at the sea, since he cannot swim. Muriel asks if Leo has a girlfriend, and Lucia tries to find out from the one what Leo does in his free time. The woman replies that he probably drinks like all men. Leo at a time waits for Lena near her father's house and tries to persuade her to prepare for the championship. The man insists that she can win and stop selling herself because of poverty. The girl answers that after being raped at 11, her life is predetermined, but when Leo promises her $2, with $1,000 for winnings, she agrees. At training, Leo explains to his student what to pay attention to in Miranda's movements, and realizing that Lena has no strength at all, leads the girl to eat. After dinner, Lena goes to dance and behaves quite smartly, and after that she beats merrily an unfamiliar blonde right in the nose. Leo grabs Lena and runs away, but on the way they are overtaken by 3 friends of that same blonde and beat Leo. The man asks girl to go to Lucia in the morning and tell her that he will be gone for a couple of days. Lena complies with his request. Muriel thinks that he will not come again and is very sad. A couple of days later, when Muriel had already begun to conduct new interviews, a beaten Leo showed up on the threshold of her bedroom. With tears on in the eyes of an angry woman, fires her assistant. At home, Leo discovers Lena and allows her to stay. From the next day, he begins to actively train her. One day, Muriel notices that Lucia is practically unable to stand on her feet and asks her friend to inject her with a double dose of this, the same drug, to end it all at once. The woman replies that she cannot do this because she loves her friend. At this time, Lena tries to seduce Leo, but the man refuses and goes outside, where he gets drunk again. Waking up in the morning, Muriel and finds his former manny next to him. Waking up, Leo asks her to take him back, saying that he had almost stopped drinking and that this would not happen again. But Muriel is trying to drive him away by calling him just a crappy drunken romantic. Leo sits down on her bed, saying that he knows that Muriel missed him. In response to this, the woman begins to cry and admits that it's hard for her without him. Then she asks the man to cook her breakfast. In the kitchen, Lucia angrily says that Muriel wanted to commit suicide because of him for the first time. On a walk, Leo quotes a letter that once his wife left him. In it, she says that they have been waiting for 6 years for her to become pregnant, and now she has been waiting for 3 days for her husband to return from another parties to inform him that they will have a son whom Leo dreamed of making a famous boxer. Muriel interrupts the man and says he doesn't want to know the ending, after which she asks him to lie with her on the grass. A few days later, he is warned by Lucia that for 2 days in a row he will not be able to go to work due to the fight in which he participates. The boxer he's been training all along. The day of the fight comes, and Lena, with the support of Leo, knocks out Miranda. In the morning, the girl finds on her bed a farewell note from her husband, where he informs that Rodrigo will give her winnings to her. Leo himself asks Rodrigo for a car and takes Muriel to the sea to fulfill her old dream. There's a happy man in a shirt the color of the sun, who, according to him, never knew how to swim, takes his beloved woman in his arms and enters with her into the oncoming waves. And here movie ends. Thank you for watching, and see you on the channel.